Hey guys, making my little extra pocket change, hit a pilot, run up to Thomasville and back, little 2 hour trip. Not quite 2 hours. So, I want to speak more about that meme where you got Trump shooting the place up and shooting up the fake news, anybody that dares to question him. And I said to you guys, I said that really it shows you, where he's at, and it shows you really that that's the kind of people that support him. Their understanding is violence. That's their way of dealing with people who question them in any way is violence. Get the gun. Even though no one is violently threatening them, they say the gun for that. That's it's really about suppressing anybody that questions them, which we already know that to be a fact. We know that to be a fact already. But I thought a little more about the context behind it. And it made me realize that we're really at the point now to where that's acceptable. Because I spoke to you and to my friends about what that means to have these mass shooters saying that I got my inspiration from the President of the United States who actively is advocating me, or I believe he's advocating me to commit acts of violence, or to go up there and use profane language. I mean, I'm keep waiting for him to threaten somebody. I really do. I keep waiting for him to threaten somebody. If somebody just got beat up behind something I said, I would feel really bad. I would feel really bad. But that wasn't it. This was actually people died in New Zealand shooting, and I know Trump doesn't care about it because we're not a global community, and what happens in other countries doesn't affect us in any way, obviously. So fuck the rest of the world, right? None of that matters. According to their philosophy, their way of thinking. But we're really at the point now to where that's acceptable. You know what I mean? That's acceptable, and no one really has a problem with that. Am I making myself clear here? It isn't just that that's his base, and a lot of them believe they want civil war and they want violence. It isn't just the point we've gotten to the point to where I realize more and more that Trump supporters are really alienated, and they're spending their life, that's their only thing they can do is have violence, or to support people who are complete known liars. I love it because what's going to happen, you're going to get a liberal at some point in there. I don't know how. Maybe he'll get reelected, maybe he won't. You're going to get a real liberal, a real socialist in there who's going to do everything Trump did in reverse. And then you're going to have some fun. That's when it's going to get fun. He's a socialist, he's a commie. But Trump did it. He declared an emergency based on his will, with no emergency at all. You're gonna get a real socialist that might even go too far. That might even do some things that even I disagree with. But guess what? It's gonna be all on the people that supported Trump. That's what happens when you support an ideologue, an oligarch. That's what happens is when you get that, when that happens, there's no going back. Extorting foreign leaders for information on a political candidate. I mean, if anybody that can't see what that is, you really have no honor about you. You don't. You can't have any honor about you and look at it and not be disgusted. Straightforward, man. Straight up. So to a certain extent, for me, to a certain extent, I said before that Trump is something that had to happen. He is. Point blank, period. He's something that had to happen. He's just, he's a reality, man. Trump is a reality. I always, I can always tell the left. I always tell liberals out here, are you mad about Trump or are you mad about America? Because, Trump didn't come up with national security state. It came up with Bush and Obama. Trump is just abusing it openly. I'm not saying Obama did or Bush did. But Trump, you actually had this guy put something that was not top secret under top secret files. And you have these conservatives that are like, what's the big deal? And that's why I listen to Snowden. I like him so much. Is the fact that he said this stuff would happen. You know what I mean? I realize more and more why Snowden did it, why Kaepernick kneeled. I get it. And I understand, being a person of integrity is hard. Standing up and doing the right thing is hard. The whole world's waiting. It's testing integrity. It's supposed to be hard, but the whole world's waiting for someone just like you, just like me, to stand up and do what's right. If it wasn't for Snowden, it might have been tougher for the whistleblowers to stand up. You know what I mean? I love to see conservatives talking about how they have no problem with a tyrant. You've had that, you've seen that. Conservatives talking about they wouldn't have a problem with a tyrant. And what all this stuff proves is all that conservative stuff, it was all bullshit. It's all about white dominionism. Keeping blacks down and keeping them on. I was reading some City Post. This guy was a criminal. A big criminal. In and out of jail down in Mecklenburg County. He went to South Carolina and he got locked up. And they were happy about it. And I was like, wow. The only reason why he got locked up, I guess, is like their jails are really, really slack. Like they're really backlogged. So like you can get locked up in there and he'll be sitting there next 2 years. And they're like, oh, that's great. Dude, to me, I might be reading it wrong, but it's still government corruption. You're just happy about it because it goes your way. I just love it that you don't have conservatives pretending to be about good government anymore. You don't have to pretend to be about physical conservatism and saving money. I love it. They're out the closet. They're openly. They got the clan sheet out. They're pulling it. To me, it's refreshing because we're not pretending anymore. Peace, y'all.